Good morning, guys. It's Sunday morning, and we're going to dive into a little bit of metal detecting talk this morning. We might have a special guest popping on real soon, so hang out and see if they show up. Hopefully, they will. We're waiting on them. So anyway, I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend. They've been able to get out and detect and enjoy. We've had some great weather here in South Carolina, so it's been nice. And I got a chance to go out yesterday too, and I had a few finds. I'll show you guys those finds as we move through. But we're going to give everybody a few minutes to join in. Looks like we got 23 people on board right now. We appreciate you guys being here. And feel free to ask questions, leave comments. Again, if you haven't already and you're not a subscriber to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. It's always greatly appreciated. Really appreciate it. And hello, Finders Keepers. Glad to have you on board. All right. Hello, Lance. Glad to have you, buddy. Hopefully, do I sound okay? I know I'm using a different format this morning. It seems like I sound a little bit loud. But hopefully I don't. Hopefully I'm not blowing everybody's ears off. But anyway, yeah, if you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. And we're going to be talking a little bit about the xpdeus too. Thank you, Lance. I appreciate it. Thank you. And hopefully we're going to have Calabash popping in for a few minutes. So we should see him, hopefully, if he can scoot away from work for a few minutes and join in. Yeah. Calabash is the loud one. That's the truth. He can be loud, can he, Lance? There he is. Okay, let's see if we can bring Calabash in here and have him join in on the fun. So here he comes.
Look like
Yeah, what are you doing there, Calabash?
I am sitting out by the water, dude.
There you go. Now that looks better.
Well, I don't know.
It's too much glare coming from
Hold
somewhere.
on. Hold on. How about that?
There he is. Okay, there he is. Oh, you sound great, dude. Too. You look good.
So I am. I didn't wear my wireless. I've got my wired.
Well, there you go. There you go. So Calabash is actually at work, doing a little bit of work this morning and getting on the live stream to help me out a little bit this morning. They said there's a little bit of echo.
Yeah, I think it's coming in off your end.
Okay, yeah, let's turn mine down a little bit.
I'm getting it back too.
Okay, all right. How about now, guys?
Echo. Still coming in.
Hang on. We will get this situated here and see if we can adjust that.
Still got a little bit of echo.
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah, I don't. It's because I'm coming back through, I think. That's why these headphones. That's why you see me wearing these headphones, because that software's picking it up.
Right. How about now?
You still echo.
Really? Huh. Well, hang on 1 second, guys. We got a little audio issue going on.
Anyway, we got the seagulls flying by. If I get some. I'm just talking to everybody. Yeah.
You talk for a minute while I'm trying to set this up.
Oh, I was kind of caught off guard by this live stream this morning, so I don't have nothing really prepared. But if you like metal detecting, this is a place you should be for all the information on the latest and greatest. How you guys doing this morning?
I might have to put in my headphones.
You're gonna have to. That's the problem.
Interesting.
Because it's just reverberating back to it.
Okay.
But it come back. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it, Lance. We're trying this new software. I'm sure that already told you guys that, but
Yeah.
we're debating
Hang,
which one to use to bring the best content. So I don't know how much metal detector talk I'm going to get now, but
talk to them
we'll.
about the XPDeus too and what we were talking about with value.
Oh, the value. Yeah, we were talking about. I'm echoing bad, man. We were talking about the value of the Deus II and what all you get for it. The 5-year warranty, the diving machine, the Deus one contained in it. Uh-oh. To start the Detector talk, my man, chatty on cloud. Got to keep your gain down low on them. Yeah, you can't run it up high, finders keepers. I've seen some of them videos of people talking about they're running it on 30, and I'm like, you must either have a different machine than I have or something, because 30 sensitivity is kind of off the charts. So I found that running it at 22, something like that, 21, 20, well, in iron 19, 20, 21, 22. I have been able to get up, I think, to 23, 24, maybe even 25, but on the beach, 22, 23 is pushing it. But that's interesting about it being chatty on the plowed fields. I wonder what program are you running, Finders Keepers? I hear a little bit of lag in it too.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. It should have smoothed out some. But I know that, to me, I've talked about the day has found a French coin. That's cool, Michael. I know that that sensitivity gain on that machine, I don't understand it, why they've got it so high like that, because I just don't think that. I know there's videos out there making claims that you can run it 30 to 35, but I don't know why they've got it so high like that, set up so high. It don't make sense to me to have it pushed unless you're going to try to do something in an update or something, but it just overdrives the machine.
Calabash, do you hear any echo now?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Yep.
You still hear echo?
Yep.
Dang,
Yep.
that don't make any sense.
Have you got earbuds in?
No, I can't find my earbuds.
Have you got audio coming back from your end? That's what I was talking about earlier. When you got that audio coming back on your side, it's going to come back in.
Yeah.
Let me see if I could change it right here. Hold on, guys. Video resolution, 1080p, audio, echo cancel, but it's still echo cancellation on your end.
Got it.
Testing 1, 2, 3. That stopped
Testing
it.
1, 2, 3.
That stopped your echo right there.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, let's go.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. We're just trying to figure out how to bring better content. Like I said, I don't have anything prepared. I'm just kind of working off the fly. But we'll see what goes. But I think I like this software. It looks good. This looks really good.
Well, let's talk about a couple things. One of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning was what you started on. Was you and I have had this conversation about the XP Deus 2 possibly being undervalued. So you know, let's dive into that a little bit. Let's talk about that warranty. Tell them about the warranty.
Well, the 5-year warranty on the Deus II, that's got to be worth something with the next, latest, and great. Well, I'm going to make a bold statement here. Either the Manicore is overpriced or the Deus 2 is underpriced for what you get. There's not enough performance enhancement in the Manicore over the Deus 2. You see what I'm saying? That little bit of depth increase on the beach to maybe an inch possibly is not worth the Manicore, in my opinion, being the same price as the Deus 2. Manicore 3-year warranty, no waterproof headphones, beautiful screen. Screen don't justify the price in my opinion. This is just my opinion. Deus II is a diving unit, a land unit, a beach unit, a heavy iron unit, and it's got 2 more years of warranty on it. So I'm looking at this whole package. We talked about this in my live stream the other night that we're looking at the nuts and bolts of it because these machines are close performance-wise. The Manicore will hunt iron. You can hunt iron, and you can unmask targets with the Manicore and iron. On average, I believe that you'll dig more iron with the Manicore when hunting heavy iron, but you could still hunt iron with it. But we've got to look at the whole packages here. So you either got to conclude that the Deus II is underpriced, or in my opinion, the Manicore is overpriced. That 2-year warranty, well, how much is that worth, man? I mean, what if a control head for the Equinox 800 is $429? What is the control head for the Manicore going to be, which runs at $1,500, or the 900 when this thing runs out of warranty in a few years? So I don't know. I've been thinking about the value of the Deus II. And, I'm thinking about these waterproof headphones. And we were looking at the Manicore the other night. And this is just innovation in talking about one company versus another and the models and the way that they do business. Both companies focus on high-performance detectors, but I feel like the innovation in the build is better on the Deus II. When you go out into rain with any of the configurations with the Deus II, WS6 Master, WSA2s, any of the WSA2 XLs, they're all rain-proof. So we've got a $1,599 detector that is rain-proof. It's also a diving unit, but I know that doesn't really apply to most people. But it's rain-proof. It has a 5-year warranty, and the performance is close with another one that has a great screen, and the performance to it is close to this one, but it has a 3-year warranty and non-waterproof or rain-proof headphones. So we've got to come to the conclusion. One, either the Deus II is underpriced, or two, the Manicore is overpriced. I think the Manicore is overpriced. I think the Manicore should have fell into $1,299, and the 900 should have run down about $9 or something like that. That's just my opinion. But you tell me what you think. Do you think that which company do you think, like Lance said, which company do you think thinks that their build is better, the 3-year warranty or the 5-year warranty? So that's where I'm at. But your live stream, hey dude, this is your live stream. I'm gonna read the comments and you're gonna talk.
Hey, you do it to me all the time. You make me carry the conversation. I'm in total agreement with you though, because one thing that, having that 5-year warranty, that's got to mean something. And number two is XP wouldn't have made this machine to break down in those 5 years. We got plenty of xpdeus machines that are still out there that are still in use, and that machine was put out in 2011. What does that tell you about the build quality of those machines?
Well,
what does that tell you about the company? And they really feel strong about that 5-year warranty. They're saying go ahead, use it. Put it out there.
The deal with it is okay. So if we look at it from a performance base, MindLab has gotten back into the beach where Deus had really just dethroned the Equinox. So MindLab has come back and they focused on the beach. They've got a great tone. They've got deep detector in the Manicore. So performance upgrade on the Manicore is good over the Equinox 800. But it's when you start putting all the bells and the whistles and the features with it, and you start going, well, wait a minute, why is this thing $1,500? The screen is pretty. But I'll be honest with you, that 2D screen, I could put a piece of tape over and never look at it because it's not, in my opinion, it's not what I thought it was going to be. And I think there is a lot of people that thought this 2D screen was going to analyze targets, sizes, and shapes very accurately. And that is not the case. You could take a can mash flat and a quarter, and on that 2D screen, you've seen it. You've seen the test that I did.
Yeah.
You could not tell the difference. It is true, yes, it'll give a longer gated thing. But you take a nail and a coin and stick them side by side sometimes. What would the trace look like? A longer gated trace. So you can have a piece of long aluminum that might give a elongated trace, on the screen on the non-ferrous line, and then have a coin mask and it do the same thing. So to me, the screen, okay, it's just another tool, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. And it's not surely what we've seen some thought it was going to be and how accurate. So when you got a screen and it can't tell you the difference, I'm just saying, you guys seen the test between a quarter and a can, it gives the same dot, the same, and that's it's a tool, but to me, it was oversold. It was oversold on that detector. It's not something I use. When I'm hunting iron with that machine, I don't look at that screen. I look at that number and I listen to that tone, and I may glance down at it. Not to say that I don't never look at it, but it's really not an dude. When you do the on top of the test on the ground, you realize that screen is like all over the place, and then you'll have the Mind Lab faithful come out and say, well, you only dig the ones on the middle line. Well, if you signal showed a video on how much bull crap that is, you may not dig any iron if you do that, but you're not going to dig a hole. You're going to miss a whole lot of targets. But so here's the deal. I want to be fair to the Equinox 900, which is a great unit. I want to be fair to the Manicore, which is a great unit, and fair to the Deus II. I think performance-wise, raw performance, they're close, with advantages to each one, right?
Right.
Across the board, I think the Deus II is the best value right now as far as build quality, warranty, and the things that the company are coming up with to support the Detector. That's just my opinion. Waterproof headphones or rainproof systems should be a standard now. Why is a rainproof system not a standard on a $1,500 wireless metal detector?
Good question, Calabash.
What's up, Biffy?
So let's talk a little bit about the uses of the xpdeus II. So let's look at it like this. So we've got a relic hunting machine, correct? We have a beach machine,
correct?
We have a dive machine,
correct?
So what if you had to buy an extra detector, just to go diving? You can't dive with the Manicore.
No, and people want me to test the Manicore with that is a gimmick. Let me just say this right here. Any of those detectors that go down to 10 to 16 feet that use those traditional headphones, every one of them that I've seen is a gimmick in a way. If you're wearing scuba equipment, I can't see the comments, but if you're wearing scuba, if you're wearing scuba equipment and you're breathing, and if you could testify to this, am I telling the truth here? You could not hear those detectors. Even if you're in 10 feet of water, 5 feet of water, as soon as you hit the bottom, water fills into those headphones. The Manicore, the Equinox, the AT Pro, the Legend, all of these suffer the same fate. They do not have enough amps pushing out of that remote control head to push them headphones under the water. So every one of them, every single one. Now, if you're just dunking down every now and then, but these manufacturers, advertises, it's really gimmicky in a way because you just can't hear them. I mean, you could hold your breath and you could beep. And if you could testify to this, he dives and he's looked at some of the different detectors underwater. You put the bone conduction headphones on, look over your regulator, very tough to hear.
Right.
If you're not holding,
said that very tough to hear through the headphones over your regulator.
So bone conduction headphones on a detector, game changing. So what's up, Jerry? So it's just a game changing fact. I mean, it's a game changing feature in the water hunting arena. Whether you're wading, ducking down, even if you're wading, the bone conduction headphones are really nice. But I have a set of Gray Ghosts that I like for wading. You seen them that day? They're so loud they'll bust your eardrums. For the Deus II, they're not, the Gray Ghosts are not as loud on the Manicore and the Equinox as they are on the Deus II. You can tell that the remote on the Deus II is pushing more watts. I guess stereo terminology. It's the Deus II remote is 1,000 watts, and the Manicore and the Equinox are 250 watts. If you know what I mean, and that's kind of where that's kind of where I'm with that. But I'm just looking at money, so I'm thinking about the Manticore, an honest, open, it's a great detector. It's bad to the bone. It'll perform. But when we look at that price tag, is there any performance enhancements over the Deus II that justify it being equal price, 2 years less warranty? The pretty screen, I love the screen. It's the best in the business by far.
Right.
But, that's just my thoughts on it. As I've had these detectors a while and, got to mess with them more and more. And they're all three great detectors. And like we said, I don't want somebody looking at what I'm saying and say, well, he's bashing my. No, I'm not. I'm saying that I believe that XP is more innovative in their offering at a $1,500, $1,599. If the Manticore was $1,299, I could go, oh, okay, well, there's a price difference. That's why you don't have the waterproof headphones. But it's not. It's the same price. So tell me what you think about that. Hey,
Well,
my wife's going to watch this live stream. This is what she's going to tell me. You're on his live stream and you're doing all the talking.
Dude, we're a team, and you know that.
But that's what she said this morning. She said, I watched your live stream and you talk more than history teacher. I said, of course I do. I'm just a talker.
Man, before we even started, they said that you were the loud one. I asked if I was too loud, and they said that you were the loud one before he even came on.
If he brought up a point, audio is very impressive on the Manticore.
Right.
But
right.
I'm gonna ask Ify. I mean, he tested the machine.
Sure.
Do you think that the Manticore and the Deus II, with all the offerings, do you think now his opinion may be different than mine?
Right.
I don't think the Manticore should be priced the same. Ify, do you think the Manticore should be the same price as the Deus II in its current configuration with non-waterproof headphones and all the stuff that I listed? Let's see what Ify has to say, what he thinks. With the options. He might not want to get in. He might not want to get in that. Hey, if you don't want to get in it, just bow out and say, no comment.
Options. Audio as in modulation. Somebody, Finders Keepers said that.
Yeah.
One thing that I like, and I know we've talked about this, is if you did buy the WS6 model, that you can turn that into another machine completely. I mean, you can't do that with the Manticore, So think about that for a minute. If you bought the WS6 headphones with your xpdeus 2, you can turn that into another machine, which I've done that. So you got the WS6 puck on the end of this, and then I bought the 11-inch coil, and I bought a pair of WSA XL2 headphones.
Yeah.
So you can turn it into two machines. I mean, could you do that with a Manticore? Could you do that with any MindLab product?
Well, I just don't think that MindLab has the history of making accessories or different things like that to support their detectors. I don't think that. I'll be honest with you. I think XP is the innovative leader. MindLab has always had great performing beach detectors. The performance has been there, but the build quality stunk. Like on the Excalibur, the knobs would pop off, the wires would shred. I mean, this is just facts. Hey, look, I love an Excalibur underwater, but I use the Deus II now. But I loved all those machines. You used the E-Track. It was as heavy as all get out. The CTX is as heavy as all get out. And the Equinox 800 wasn't comfortable to swing. They've never focused. In my opinion, I don't understand why they don't focus on those aspects of the detectors when they have such great performing detectors.
Exactly.
I mean, Deus looks like it focuses on weight and, and they focus on the ergonomics. But let's see what Ify said here. You definitely get more options with the Deus, but for people who only hunt the beach parks and like MindLab Audio, the Manny is for them. That's true. But what about the 5-year? I'm talking just about price comparison. I get that people are going to hunt with a Manticore. They're going to love it. They're going to find stuff. They're going to hunt with a 900. They're going to be successful. People are going to hunt with the Deus II. They're going to be successful. All three of those detectors, you're not going to be outgunned. And I've said that 1,000 times, but we're looking at money now. We're looking at the money that you're spending.
We're talking about value-wise too. What you're getting for your money. If you're going to spend $1,500 or $1,400, however much you can get one
Yeah.
for. I
Yeah.
mean, which one are you going to get the most out of?
But
And we're not arguing as far as performance goes.
no,
I don't
no.
think,
And if he's got a valid point, he says audio enjoyment when hunting is important, and MindLab right now leads that for most without there. And I agree with him on that. But for some, the most pleasant, I agree with Iffy totally on that. But I'm more of, I like the informative, and I'm going to call XP's audio intelligent with all that new. Maybe XP will come out with a new
yeah,
audio option.
that's
That would be
something to think about.
very interesting. That would be very interesting to see how then the pendulum on the audio may, waver a little bit. But it's just, so what I'm getting at is we're looking at two detectors that are $15.99, and I guess the question is it's up to each individual. But if I had $1,600 in this hand and a Manicore and a Deus II in this hand, which would I feel like more value for the $1,600? Of course, if I wanted I would spend the $1,600 on the Manicore, but 5-year warranty, 3-year warranty, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So I'm not pushing the Deus II. Like I said, that is my opinion and my personal preference. I don't care. And like I said in the live stream that we did, we don't make money off detectors. We don't care what you buy. But it's just a thought. I mean, it's I've been thinking about this, and I've been talking with T and Sharpshooter about it too. Just a whole package deal. But
Right. Well, Jerry Talley said the stock Excalibur is unusually horribly unergonomic. Love Mind Lab technology. Quality sucks for years. Leaking, despite complaints, it took them 30 years to finally give a darn. So
well, oh crap! See,
there
I
you
get
go.
my wireless headphones, dude. About snatched
So,
my
but
eardrums
Jerry's
out.
got a good point, and I bought an Excalibur because I wanted a beach machine at one point, and then I went with the Equinox, and now I'm with the
What?
XPdeus and
Well,
XPdeus 2.
let's be fair to all manufacturers. XP is not without problems. They've got the
No,
lower flexing rod. They've got an issue with the full tones on the current version. So it's not without problems either. And I don't have a problem when companies are working towards fixing those problems, but it seems like XP is more like going towards fixing the problems, and maybe MindLab fixed some of the problems with a whole nother detector.
right,
So if we're fixing problems with the same platform and we have to buy extra lower rod, that's different than saying, oh, well, they fixed the shaft problem with the 800, but I've got to go out and buy a whole nother 900 to get the solution. I'm going to step away for a second. I got a call I got to take. So go ahead.
that's fine. Go ahead. So, again, guys, we've been talking about the value of the XPdeus 2, and Calabash, of course, brought up the warranty issue. You got 5-year warranty versus 3-year warranty. We talked about how you got two machines in one, especially if you bought the WS6 package, which I think is a huge advantage. And then also too, you've got you can use it to dive with, you can use it to relic hunt with, you can use it to beach hunt with. You've got the lightest metal detector made. All those are good points that I think are selling factors for XP versus the Manicore. That's not to say that the Manicore performance is very good. The only thing that we've been noticing is, of course, is struggling in iron, and that's what Calabash and I do. We dig in iron, so that's part of it. So again, you got to make your decision. Which one you're going to go with, or you might want to buy two. Some people have gone that route. I'm curious, how many of you guys have bought a Manicore
Wife.
and have an XP Deus too? I mean, how many of you guys have done that? I'm curious for the guys that are on here.
What
So,
you got?
Calabash, I just asked them how many of them have bought a Manicore and have an XP Deus too. So I'm curious to see.
I would imagine there's a few. I mean, we got a lot of people like Surfside Dan who, very serious about, doing some different things and likes different technologies. And Surfside, I know he's got both, and he's pretty much like we are. He'll buy everything that comes out if it's and check it and see what the fuss is all about.
I
Finders
like the
keepers
one
is
comment Calabash that just came up. He said that MindLab seems a little bit snobby, and XP seems a little more humble. you know,
yeah.
uh,
Well, I will say this: the owner of XP, I have corresponded with him, and he will answer my questions pretty quickly.
mhm,
And he is a detectorist. And so when you're communicating with him, you're talking with another avid. He's not. I don't know if he's an engineer or not,
right,
but I know that he is a avid detector. So as I'm communicating with him, saying, "Well, hey, I don't like this," or
right,
that, or I think this needs to be improved. He's looking at it with detectorist eyes, and that it makes it easy to. Now there is a language barrier because I could tell, and I had to, what I'm saying
is
when you
that the
communicate with
Southern
somebody.
language barrier, or is that another barrier?
It's a language barrier, man. I mean, I'm like, what did he mean by that? But you can tell, English is the same. But anyway, long story short, he's an avid detectorist, and so when I communicate with him about things on the machine or suggestions or improvements or when looking at some things that can't be talked about,
Right,
it it's talking like me and you talking or us talking, you know what I mean? And
right,
oh yeah, that makes sense, or that doesn't make sense, and here's why. And it's very interactive relationship with those guys over there as far as communicating back and forth. Dude, they take their detector very serious. And I have emailed, to be fair, I have emailed MindLab. I don't have a relationship like that. And Mark Lowry got back to me the next day because it's such a different time frame,
right.
about things on the Manicore and stuff that they were looking at. But um, uh, it's go ahead, man. I'm taking over your live
No,
here.
no, you're good. You're good. I mean, you're sharing the information. That's why I'm glad you're on here with me. Lance says if he buys another detector, he said I hate to do it, but I would buy a Legend just for a backup and hope I never need the backup.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
that's not. I mean, that's not a bad idea either. Or look for the WS6. If you already have the Deus 2, make a WS6 out of it and
if
get
I was
another set of
gonna
headphones.
if I was gonna get into that and I was gonna get and I was looking at something like that, I may look at the 700 Mind Lab
Right. Yeah,
Equinox.
again, that
Dude,
700 to 900 is a good machine.
they imp, they improved that Equinox 900 over the 800. Um, and the ergonomics on that machine are better. But that's just my opinion.
Right,
Um,
right.
you
Jerry
know,
Talley says, I'm holding off until the Manicore iron problem is corrected. I bought the 3030 at launch, lost 4 days of beach hunting, hotel expenses, lost since it wouldn't work initially in the salt water. Wow, I didn't know that it came out of the gate not working in the salt water.
what did?
The 3030.
Yeah, it had a 10-cent O-ring in it that was just a sorry O-ring in the back of the battery pack, and it
Right.
leaked. It was just bad.
Wi-
It was,
Wisco Detects agrees with what I just said. He said my backup is the WS6 and
yeah.
then my Knox 800. So yeah, I like the WS6 being a backup if you can do it. Todd Welling said the 5-year warranty, unlimited update possibilities. Can't go wrong with the Deus 2. My past detectors were MindLab. So
Yeah.
there you go. You got a MindLab guy switching over to a Deus 2 because of the warranty and all the unlimited updates. And I brought this up, I know, quite a few times on your stream and my stream, is that XP still updates the XP Deus 1. We just got a new update for that. I mean, and that's a detector that's 12 years old here in the
Yeah.
United States.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're updating that machine even 12 years later.
Yeah.
And you can only imagine how many updates and how many things they can do that they're going to do to improve the XP Deus
Well,
2.
that goes back to what I'm talking about, different companies and different structures. I feel like that Mind Labs company is structured different. I feel like XP will be a one platform company. This is just my opinion. This is all
Right.
just speculation. But when I look at the way the Equinox was, the E-Track, the CTX, and then I look at what they've come out, the same build, the same warranties, and the same sealed up boxes, I get the feeling that the Manicore and the Equinox 900 and the 700 is going to be like the 800 and the 600. It's going to be
Right.
a throwaway product. And then when I look at XP and I see the extra warranty, and I also see a remote that you can take apart and work on, I feel like this is going to be a platform that may last longer. And here's something to think about. Now, guys, I will buy all the detectors, and you guys helped me raise the money on my channel to get the Manicore, which we bought the 900 because they sent me the Manicore. But this is something to think about, all these new detectors. You get a Deus II or a Manicore or an Equinox 900, and you gel with that unit. And I mean, you know it, you've hunted with it for the whole 3 years, and you gel with that unit, you know the nuances in and out, et cetera, et cetera. And then a new model comes out, and you've got to learn that new model. Well, what about a platform that you learn the nuances on and it lasts 7 years and they continually improve it with updates? Now, wait a minute. If something comes out and it's this much deeper than the Deus II, or something spectacular, I will drop. You know what I mean. I'll go look at it. But what about that longevity of that platform? If it remains in the high performance category of not having to learn a new detector every few years, there is agony in learning a new unit.
And we got some comments that are basically sort of backing up what you just said. Finders Keepers said something people need to realize is that even if a machine is more capable, doesn't mean you'll do better with it. If you don't resonate with the audio, we're all different. And Finders Keepers is exactly right. Danny Sullins brought up what you just said. MindLab will update maybe 1 or 2 times, and then they will come out with a new detector.
Yeah. Well, audio is key, but audio is also a personal preference. But in my opinion, it's pretty much a fact, and this is just my opinion, but in my opinion, it is a fact that the audio is more descriptive in the Deus II. Now, whether that's pleasant to somebody or somebody gels with that, that's all personal. But it is more descriptive, and a detector with a more descriptive audio. And at the end of the day, to me, even though I love MindLab audio, don't you guys get me wrong about that. I'm not saying that. I love that audio. But just as far as pure information contained in the tone, the Deus II at the end of the day is hands down, in my opinion, the winner of that. But he is right about that. You do have to, if you don't enjoy using a metal detector, it don't matter if you pay 10 grand for it. You're not going to use it. I get that. I get all that, but I'm just saying, all things considered equal. Okay, just if we put everything on the same playing field and we're all gelling with the same, you know what I mean? And it's just
Well, we
considered
like
from an equal
audio in
platform.
both machines. I mean, we just think there's a little more nuance to the Deus 2 audio. Of course, we brought up a couple of times, I know for a fact, that we love that high silver sound on the MindLab machines. I mean, good gosh, I mean, that thing is just
Dude,
sweet.
hey, I'll tell you something else I like on that machine is that depth theme, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's so nice. I'm out there on that beach and I get that wow 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 wow, and it's a colonial artifact and the iron is just buzzing, and I'm not, I was not, and I'm looking at this machine, I'm going like, okay, I love this machine. Now, if they can get this machine to run like this on a land relic site, dude, I love it. I absolutely love it. I would use it on a relic site, and especially when that smaller coil comes out, I would use it. I would use it because that audio was, hey, that depth, that one region all tones, that's sweet. But that depth theme audio, like with a normal and medium, was it normal theme and profile, whichever the wording goes, normal and medium. You got a little bit of modulation, dude. It's really nice. It's a real nice audio.
Yeah, Finders Keepers agrees with me. He said that MindLab silver high tone. I know there's nothing like it. It really
Yeah.
is. I mean,
XP don't sound like that. I mean,
no,
I'll
it
be the
doesn't.
first. It doesn't sound now, but you guys see what I use. I use pitch, but even in full tones and five tones that don't have that, maybe one day they'll come out with a new tone option, and we can revisit this live stream too, talking about tone options in the tones.
Well, one thing that, and somebody brought this up earlier, and I apologize if I missed the comment, but one thing that I'm that I used yesterday, and I'm gonna have that video up later on today so you guys can check it out. But I used deep high conductor, and I used pitch audio. I'm sorry, pitch tones, and I used square audio, and I like that. That setup worked really well yesterday, and I turned the iron completely off because I knew where I was. I knew I was in iron. But and then I opened up everything. I took away pretty much all the filters. I do what we normally do. I lowered the silencer. I lowered the discrimination to 6.4. I cranked the sensitivity up to about, I think I ran it at 95, but I think I went down to 93 because of EMI. And Deep High Conductor handled the EMI on that site pretty good too, which I was having a problem with a lot of other things. But
Well,
anyway, you wanted to say something, say something.
Iffy Signals likes that same audio that you're talking about.
Yeah, well,
He
and
told
that's
me.
where I got it from. He told
Yep.
me to try that out, and
Yep.
I like it, and it really, it sort of like what we just said with the Mind Lab machines and how it has that good sound over coins. It had that good sound over buttons, and
Dude, that's
I dug 5 buttons, I believe, yesterday, and it was crystal clear. I mean, it
that's
sounded great.
that's cool, man. That's cool. Well, I got about 4 more minutes, dude, and then I've
Yeah,
got to
we'll
split.
we'll stay on for a few more minutes, and then we'll sign off.
Yeah.
Um, so, the main point of what I wanted to do today or in this live stream was just to talk about the value of the xpdeus 2 and how much it could possibly be undervalued based on comparing it to the Manicore and all the things that you get with this machine. And I think we've addressed most of those things. And I think people
Later,
don't
Danny.
understand that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just telling Danny. He said he had to go. I said later.
Okay.
You know, I'm with you on that, and I don't want to sound like a Deus II promo. I don't want to sound like that. I want it to be honest, constructive,
Well,
looking
we're
at
just
it with
doing a comparison. That's it.
with sober eyes, and looking at it with sober eyes. And I said, and me and you talk about this stuff off
Right.
camera. Guys don't get to hear our conversation. I talk about it with Sharpshooter, and I've looked at this and I've thought about it, and I come to that conclusion: either the Deus 2 is underpriced, or, in my opinion, the Manicore is overpriced. Unless you're paying just for the screen and you're paying, just looking at that. I guess I'm going to complain about this right here real quick. Mind Lab has kind of stuck us on the Manicore and the Equinox 900. We can't use waterproof earbuds in the summertime anymore because they got that proprietary Bluetooth. Now the question is are they going to release some kind of other headphones that we can get that are waterproof in the future? But we haven't heard any of that. That never happened with the Equinox, so I don't know. We're kind of stuck. I mean, that's kind of my opinion on it. It's not like with XP. XP is proprietary, but at least they're waterproof and there are different headphone options and configurations. And you can even use aftermarket headphones with the puck, which are still rainproof. The puck's still rainproof. So I'm looking at the Mind Lab and I'm going, okay, well, they've stuck us right now at this current time, unless something changes. We can't buy a waterproof set or rainproof set of headphones for the Manicore, and that is a big blunder, in my opinion, on their part, unless they release something. But you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It should have come with a rainproof set. I'm gonna be done with it. It should have come from the factory with a set of rainproof headphones, people.
Right.
I'm done.
I mean, you're being forced to go out and try to find something else, and that shouldn't have been the way it was done.
But you can't do it.
Not if
You
you're going
can't.
to advertise it as a water machine, or at least a shallow diving machine, whatever you want to call it.
So
But
if you want to go into the water with it to be safe, then you need to be wired to the machine.
right,
You
you're
know,
going to
you know
have to
what I
buy a
mean?
set of those waterproof headphones, and
Yes.
they're really not that good. You've talked about that a few times.
Well, I like the Gray Ghost better than the stock. So
Right.
I don't like that yellow color. But that's all beside the point. But I mean, that's just kind of my thoughts on that. That's my biggest gripe. So the more I look at it, the more it kind of irritates me a little bit. I'm like, because the other week, you know, you guys know I was in the water. I'm not neck deep in the water. I'm wading around in 40-degree water waist deep. But if my headphones accidentally fall off, and I didn't want to be tethered to the machine, it's nice to be able to go up on the beach, come down on the beach, lay the machine. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then basically I got that tube tub, and I'm like, well, I'll just float my machine on the tube tub while I'm, you know, or whatever, you know what I mean? Scoop too. But
We got a couple of interesting comments. Jerry Talley said because we're talking about it being undervalued, he said don't give don't give Deus any ideas of raising the prices.
well,
Finders Keepers says I've heard people claim that the Deus 2 menu is hard to navigate. I disagree. Very intuitive, and I agree with that too as well.
me and Sharpshooter, this is no bullcrap. Last night we're having this discussion. The
Right.
next live stream that me and Teach does, maybe Friday, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go through the Deus 2 menu, and I'm going to show where did that come from. It's almost
Right.
like somebody said that, and everybody that didn't know started
Well,
repeating it. You know what I mean?
we got a couple of YouTubers out there that are making that claim that it's just so hard to learn,
Oh,
and
I know
and
some
it's not
big
fair. It's
YouTubers.
not fair at all.
And I'm like, okay, let's look at the Mana Course menu. I do agree that the Mana Core menu is more intuitive. But if time permitting, we're going to look at the Deus 2 in the live stream remote, go through the settings, and we're going to look at the Mana Core next week live stream in a live stream, and we're going to go through both menus. It's like crazy, man. People say
Right.
that, and I know who you're talking about, and I'm not gonna. But it's just like, dude, what are you talking about?
Right.
Here's the deal with any detector you buy. Set down a sharpshooter right there, man.
Right.
He's like,
Sharpshooter.
so he's like, you know, sit down with your unit and practice going through the menus to you. Deus 2, that is just such a false myth, and we're going to bust that next week. It's just I don't know, man. You know, you hear all kinds of things in the metal tech community, and it's kind of like, I'm not going to get started. It's kind of like a politician that just tells a lie that's not based on anything, and then you see a certain part of the population start repeating it. And I'm like,
Right.
dude, I like to deal with facts, man. Facts. Give me the facts, Jack.
So, Finders Keepers, again, we're not bashing the Mana Core. We're just talking about the XP Deus 2 menu. But he and like we've been saying, the Mana Core menu is very easy to use.
Can I say something? I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah,
I know I've
go
talked the
ahead.
whole life. Finders Keeper says the V3i was the easiest menu, and we know that's, you know, we know he's messing with. But Finders Keeper, let a big YouTuber go say that. Say, oh, that White's V3i was the easiest menu ever to use in the TFX. That was the simplest. And watch, there'll be a certain number of detectors in the detective community that will start regurgitating that. Oh, yeah, that DFX was easy to navigate. And that White, it'll happen, dude. I promise you it'll happen. Go ahead, man. That's my rant.
Metal Detecting with CZ Kid says, good morning, all. He said, I went from the Equinox 800 to the Deus 1, and he, it went off. And he sold, let's see if I can get him.
Can you scroll them back?
Yeah.
Can you scroll back?
Yeah, hang on here. Yeah, he says, and he sold the Equinox 1 week later. It was pretty easy to learn. Full tones, takes a few hours, but you'll get it. And he's exactly right. You just, you know, you gotta put in some time with the machine to learn it. But this machine is not the, you know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to, you know, have a master's degree and whatever. You can learn this machine, and you can learn those menus very easy.
It's the same thing with the Equinox. You think about the Mind Lab did change the game, and you think about with the Equinox 800 and the layout of their menu system coming from the Equinox 800. You know, the Deus 2 has been the same since the Deus 1, basically, but the menu system of those icons, I really like those, and I do think that the Mana Core has an easier system, but I said easier. Deus 2
Right.
is easy. This is how I'm going to rate them. Deus 2 easy, Equinox 900 easy, Mana Core easier. And notice I didn't say difficult on any of them. You see what
Mm-mm.
I'm saying?
Right.
And it is what it
Well,
is, man.
and I think part of the problem is we're all guilty of it. We don't want to read the manual. We don't want to look at, we just want to just go and you know, if you're going to be successful in this hobby, you're going to have to know that machine.
My
You need to
OCD
know
won't let
that
me do
machine.
that, Teach. My OCD won't let me do that. I have to know. I get
Right.
OCD about it, and I have to know how to do this and that. The only thing on the Manicore that I really, when I think about what it's the discrimination patterns. I've went in fooled with the custom discrimination and the custom Ferris limits patterns, but it's not something that I would use all the time. So if I went into that system, I'd have to mess with it just a minute, either one of those systems, to figure out how to get the little boxes where I want them and all that. Again, I messed with it a little bit, but it just wasn't something I was going to use. The stock upper and lower Ferris limits really worked well for what I was doing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Eastman says I like the Deus. Only thing that puts me off getting it is the coil battery and that Bluetooth capable cable my ops. I don't know. I'm sort of confused on what he's saying,
Yeah, I
but
don't understand the coil battery. Well, you're getting the same runtime whether you're here's the deal with the Deus II. If you're looking at the Manicore, this is something that we need to talk about. You're looking at the
right.
Manicore for a full charge. You're talking about 7 hours. Sharpshooter ran his coil dead yesterday, and I think he charged up his coil in 3 hours. So, and you're getting
Yeah.
similar run times in deep high conductor versus all terrain high conductor on the Manicore. Both of those are running lower frequencies and they'll drain the coil down. I'm going to say 6.5 hours. But
Yeah.
one detector will charge in 3 hours, one detector takes 7 hours. So,
Todd said detectors have manuals. I
and there's
get it.
YouTubers. Hey, there's YouTubers out there. We'll walk you through it now, man.
Yeah,
We'll walk you
I
through
know
it.
there's so many, but you brought up a good point, and I know you got to go in a few
I
minutes.
got to
But
go.
one thing that you brought up the other night on your live stream whenever we were talking is that battery life. I mean, and it takes 7 hours to fully charge the Manicore. And I sort of looked at mine the other day when I was charging my Deus 2, and I think it took me 2.5 hours, maybe. I think
Yep,
three
yep.
hours
I think
tops.
it's right around in there. It's right around in there for a full charge.
Right.
So,
So that's
that's
something to consider. And then using deep high conductor and using the high conductor programs on the Manicore and the Deus 2, which one are you going to be able to run longer? And it looks like it's the Deus 2. Now, we haven't tested that out completely, but just from what we know and what we've seen, it does look like the Deus 2 will run a little bit longer even in those high conductor
what.
programs.
Well, I'm gonna say this right here, and I got to go. But as a detecting community, I believe that the Mind Lab and the XP products are the top dogs. I
They
think
are.
that we all agree with that. But I think as a detective community, the more cane we raise, and sand we raise about Mind Lab giving us these great performing detectors with non-rainproof headphones, et cetera, et cetera, I think that'll push them a little bit. And I think that's a good thing for all of us.
Right.
If they're going to charge premium prices, then give us some premium. I'm not talking about performance, but give us some
No.
premium components like headphones that are rainproof. People say, well, Calabash is harping on that rain. That's a big deal, man.
Right, it
That
is.
is a big deal because a detector that is rainproof, the headphones, what about being sweat proof? How
Yeah.
many of you guys detect when it's 90 degrees and you are pouring sweat
Sweat.
into
Yeah.
your headphones? It's just a thought, but I
Didn't we
think
read
that
in the manual where it said that humidity too affects it? You can't be in humid
that's what
conditions,
the
and we live
that's
in the
what the
South.
commenter said on the live stream. We need to confirm or deny that. We need to look at the manual on the headphones. But dude, I really have got to go. I've
Okay.
enjoyed it. I'm just going to hit the leave button.
All
I'll
right.
catch you guys
Calabash, we
later.
appreciate you being on, and we'll be together real soon.
But
Maybe. Go ahead.
Friday, and we'll go through. We'll set up some cameras. We'll set up 3 cameras or something, and we'll do a split screen, and we'll go through the Manicore and the Deus 2 menus on the live stream if time permitting. But
There you go.
hey, I'll talk to you later on, Teach.
Thanks, Calabash. Appreciate it. All right, guys. That's going to be our live stream for today. We had Calabash on with us, and we're going to try to do this a little more regular. He's going to do Friday nights. I might do a live stream tomorrow night if you guys want to join in. If not, then we'll definitely be together on Friday night, so you guys can come and join in. But I think Calabash brought up some great points that we all need to consider as we're looking at our machines. And if some of you are in the market for another machine, the comparisons between the two detectors. I mean, there's things that you really do need to consider. And he was bringing up the issue about the headphones, and I want to bring up the WSA XL2 headphones, which are waterproof. And I really like these, and I bought these for my WS6 and for my 9-inch coil. Even though they're extra money, but the thing is, I really like these detectors, and they are waterproof. And you can hunt in the rain with these bad boys too, and I like them a lot. So yeah, I think those are just going to be some things that we need to start thinking about. The 5-year warranty, being able to make it into 2 detectors. Um, is the XpDeus too undervalued? But for what you're getting, I think you're getting a lot for your money. So definitely one of the things to consider. Um, Guys, I appreciate everybody being on here tonight. And please hit that thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. One last thing, too, and I showed you guys this the other night, and Calabash was showing it to you, too. But I have yet to use mine yet, but I just got the XP 280 backpack. And man, I'm telling you, you can load up a ton of stuff in this thing. And I'm going to be making a video real soon showing all the stuff that you can put in it and take it out and take it for a hunt. So definitely do that. I got a video coming up later today where I went out on the plantation site and did some hunting. So hopefully you guys will check that out as well. And hopefully I'll have that up maybe late, maybe not, probably not till tonight before I get to it. Let's read some of these comments here. It says, I'll most likely land, hunt, I'll most likely land the 700. No need for the 900. Looking forward to XP update. Just got my WSA XL2s. Yeah, those are great. You're going to love those. Really like them. Next on the list is a 13 by 11 inch coil. And I've got both of those, and I'm telling you, those are great things to have, accessories to have for your machine. So definitely. CZ Kid, do you have a WS6? Because you could actually make a WS6 rather than buying the 700, not unless you just want the MindLab machine. Just a question. As I stated in the last live, I just put my 800 towards a WS6 Master as my second detector and gained a 5-year warranty. Yeah, Charlie, that's what I've done. I've created a couple of WS6 machines. I've got one with my 13-inch coil, one with my 11-inch coil, and then I have my regular remote on my 9-inch coil. So I actually have 3 machines that I created out of the WS6, and those are my backups. So I really don't have to worry about not having a machine other than you can't get in the water with them. That's the only thing. But you can, if you buy, they have like a little waterproof pouch that you can use, and you can actually connect the antenna as well. So but that is an option. But I don't know that I would ever do that. Okay, yeah, CZ, you say you like mixing it up with the bit with the 700, and could complement the Deus. And like Calabash was saying, and like I've said quite a few times, I love the sound of the MindLab products. I love my MindLab Equinox 800. When I got over silver, that's the sweetest sound in the world. And I like the audio for the MindLab products. So yeah, I get it. I get why you would go with the 700. Finders Keeper says, CZ, that big coil is a beast. It is. And again, if you put the WS6 on it, you make it even lighter. So you're going to be able to swing that thing out on the beach a lot longer. Think about putting a big coil on some of these other machines and how heavy it makes them. So yeah, I like it. I like the 13-inch coil. Does that WMO8 module for headphones work on the Equinox? No. Oh, you're talking about the old thing for the Equinox. No, I don't think they do from what I saw. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think because they didn't release one with the Equinox 900, and I never saw anybody say that you could use the WMO8, so I don't think they work with the 900. I think that's right. Somebody can check that. CZ Kid said we'll beach hunt a lot as soon as the season starts. Yeah, I'm gonna get out on the beach real soon. I've sort of been focusing on relic hunting and trying to get some permissions and that kind of stuff. But I'm hopefully gonna be going out real soon out on the beach. Good morning, Ohio Fred. Nice you joined in. Okay. Let's see. Finders keepers. I get an MD, then learn it to death. I get a metal detector, then learn it to death. To the ground, I search on my 3 metal detectors, do all I need to as of late. Yeah, and once you find something that works for you guys, and that's the same thing Calabash and I have been saying. Once you find something that really works for you, go with it. If it's a MindLab product, if it's an XP product, if it's a Nocta product, if those things suits your needs and it suits what you're doing and it matches up with the places that you like to hunt, then yeah, that makes perfect sense. I like the XP too because of the areas I hunt. I hunt in thick iron, so naturally the Deus II is the machine for me. Finders keepers. He said, "Yeah, I got it from the farm field. CZ acts like a smaller coil, and it seems super deep even at lower gain." Yeah, with the 13-inch coil, definitely. You're going to get a little depth gain. I'm not sure how much depth gain, but I'm saying roughly, I'd say around maybe 1 inch, maybe 2 inches. Depends on the condition of the soil. You might see a little more depth gain with that 13-inch coil. So I get that for sure. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I like the 13-inch coil. I've used it out on the beach. I haven't used it relic hunting, but I have seen some people using it relic hunting. But of course, again, I'm hunting in heavy iron, so I'm not real sure how much separation I'm going to get with that 13-inch coil. But I might try it. I've got a spot that I'd really like to try. It's a Civil War camp that the targets are really scattered. It's in an open field, so I might try that out there. I've hunted it really, really hard, so I doubt there's going to be much there. But there might be one deep one that I missed with the Equinox and with the xpdeus 2 and the xpdeus 1 that might pop up. So yeah, dig stock is coming up. I'm glad Charlie Tucker just mentioned that. So yeah, you come by the XP tent. That's where I'll be, and come by and say hey and sign up for a prize or a drawing. Maybe you'll win something. So definitely sign up and for some of those prizes and giveaways that they're going to be doing at the XP tent at dig stock. So definitely come by and say hey. I'd love to see you. Wisco Tech, I love the sweep area of the 13 inches covers. Yeah, I definitely that out on the beach. It's really nice because you don't necessarily have to be completely over a target. I mean, it'll pick up a target, about that far away from the coil sometimes, and then you can adjust. But it's got a huge coverage area. It really does. It really does. Yeah, and I love the light setup of the 13-inch on that WS6, which I'll show you guys real quick. So again, I've done a WS6 with the 13, and there's the big old 13-inch coil. I like that setup a lot on the beach, and I'm going to try it relic hunting some too. So like I said, I do have one spot I'd love to check it out on. Yeah, it's a really light setup, even with that 13-inch coil. The 13-inch coil costs as much as the Legend. The Legend is now $499. Yeah, $400, or do I get a detector for $499? That'll be a call. I mean, I don't, Lance. I don't. If you're going to be hunting a lot of fields, and that's a primary thing that you do, then I would say get the 13-inch coil. But if you're not going to be hunting fields that are just sort of wide open, then I'd say go ahead and get the other detector. That's just my advice. Wisco Detect, I'll have all 3 coils when I pick up my WS6. I can't wait to go for a walk with it. Charlie said that. Yeah, Charlie, you'll enjoy having all 3 coils because you can just pick them up and then just go. And if you need to switch them out, you can as well. So definitely. So Yeah, Lance. So you're really thinking hard about getting a legend to use as a backup, which I think is a good idea. I got a MindLab Vanquish as another backup. So yeah, I get where you're coming from for sure. But I've also got 4 machines right now with these WS6 setups as well. So definitely get that for sure. Um, and the update, let's talk a little bit about the update and then I'm going to get off of here. We've been going for a little while. We've been going for an hour and 5 minutes. The new XP update, when it's coming, guys, I don't know. Somebody sent me a message the other day asking me if I knew any more about it. And then Calabash, he's sort of been trying to get some information, but so far we do not know when that's coming. But I think the new update, from what we are hearing, it's going to be really good. It really is. I know Gary released a video the other day on full tones for the xpdeus 2. If you haven't watched that, you might want to check that out. Um, Todd said, "Do you really think the extra 2 inches is really an improvement for coverage or more for depth?" Todd, I would say more for coverage more so than depth. I think you just get more out of it. The 11-inch coil is a deep coil. If you have the 11, you probably already know that. So I think it's really good for coverage. That's why I was telling Lance too a few minutes ago. Maybe go with the other detector, not unless you really need that 13-inch coil and you're covering a lot of ground like that on a continuous basis. Or if you just got extra money to spend, it's up to you. But I think it's more for coverage. What does the Legend have for a warranty? I do not know that because I do not have a Legend machine. So that's something that you probably just have to look up. I hate to tell you that, but I don't know much about the Legend. I had a Legend for roughly about 2 weeks and then I got rid of it. It was just too heavy. That was my main gripe with it. Yeah, the update. I was started on that. I think you're really going to be happy with some of the things that the update's going to be showing. Hopefully, sometime soon. We've heard rumors and things of about what might could possibly be on it, but no one really knows for sure. I do think they're going to improve full tones. I do think that's a possibility. And as far as what else, I don't know. That's one of the main things, and I think they're really working on the problem with the nails, with the falsing on some of the nails too that some of you've been seeing. Uh, Wisco Detect, he said Charlie. He said he thought it was 2 years. Yeah, Eastman. That's what I said. I do not know a date. I'm hoping they'll have it out before I go to dig stock. So that would be nice if they do, or maybe possibly they'll send it to me and let me sort of test it out a little bit. But I'm hoping it'll be real soon. Yes, I'm trying to answer these the best I can, guys. I'm flying solo now without Calabash. Yeah, so 2 years. Finders Keepers said going to look for an old coin site. Take care, all. Thank you, Finders Keepers, for being on board with us today. We appreciate it. Thank y'all. Thank you guys so much. Yeah. Charlie Tucker. Yeah, he said he thought it was 2 years. Wisco Tech. Yeah, it's hard to beat 5 years, and that just makes you think that XP's really standing behind their product. If they're willing to offer a 5-year warranty, they really believe that the machine's going to hold up, and I think that says a lot. Why MindLab didn't offer a longer warranty, I do not know. It seemed like they would want to compete, but you know, 5-year warranty to me is a big deal as well. Eastman says, Finder Keepers, happy beeping out there. Yeah, good luck, Finders Keepers. Hope you find something really, really nice and share it with us next time we're on live. All right, Lance, thanks. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. We're getting ready to sign off. Does anybody got anything else they want to ask? And if not, then we're gonna get out of here. I appreciate you guys being here. You're welcome, Todd. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Yeah, Wisco Detect. Hey guys, you all are the best. Yeah, this is a great group. And Calabash appreciates you guys on his live. I appreciate y'all on my live. We're just trying to share and get as much information out there with you guys as much as we can. So hopefully it's informative. Hopefully it helps somebody out. Hopefully, you just enjoy hanging out with us. Hopefully that's part of it as well. So that's what it should all be about anyway. Yeah, thanks, Lance. Yes, thanks, Charlie. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thanks, Todd. Ready for spring. Yeah, I'm ready to do a little bit of beach hunting. I'm hoping it'll warm up here real soon and maybe I'll get out on the beach. But okay, I think that's going to do me for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy yourself. Get out there and detect. Um, check out my channel. Check out Calabash's channel, Iffy Signals, TN Sharpshooter. Check all those channels out. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I'm on all those platforms. If you want to go check those out, you can. I would appreciate it. And hit the like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel today. And we'll be hosting some more lives this week. Hopefully we'll have another one coming up. And I know Calabash and I will be together on Friday night, doing our Friday night live. So look forward to that. And with that, I think I'm going to say, see you later. All right. Check us out. We'll talk with you guys real soon. Have a great rest of your week. See you guys.